can't believe like people are watching me. Can you all hear me? Is my mic working right? Hey Joy! Hi! Yay! I wasn't sure because sometimes my mic doesn't work or I don't know how to like make it work. I don't know where to find the mic option, so I'm so not at all technologic in that aspect. But I'm glad it's working. Yay! So I tweeted that I wanted to choose like a book to read, and I am between these two books. Wait, these two books, right? And I read the first chapter of this one because I wanted to read the first chapter and which one is going to catch your attention more quickly. And I read the first chapter of this one, and it's good. Like it sets the tone of the story, and I quite liked it. And I am going to try to read I think it starts with a prologue, so I don't know if I should read the prologue and the first chapter too. Oh, everyone is telling me that it's so good, and I'm so ashamed to say that I have not read it yet, because I've read Take a Hint, Danny Brown, but I have not read Chloe Brown yet. Ooh, yes, like when I saw this cover, like this does not scream a romance book, and I was like, this is a mystery novel or like a gothic novel without any romance, and I was not interested. But then everyone like kept talking about that this was like a really adorable romance. He has like super cute moments, and there's like a hero that is so soft, and he's a genius. So I was like, what? Who was in charge of the publicity of this book? Because I didn't hear about this until now, and I pick it up because I just need a genius hero, romance hero in my life. And yes, you meet him in the first chapter actually, so that's a plus. So many books to read, like I have no time. Like I have less time now that I had 1 month ago, and it's still 1 month ago I didn't read enough. I always think that I'm reading very slowly, and many books are like releasing every single day that I'm not getting, and I always think that I'm doing such a bad job. But I'm taking my time and trying to like think that I'm doing okay. I read 89 books in 2020, so I think I did okay. I don't know. I always that's a rule with me. I always read out of order. Like if there's like three books like if there's a series and there are three books out, I read the synopsis of each book and like read the first one that has like tropes that I love. So it usually happens like that, and I always ask if it's okay to read out of order, and if it's not, I usually don't read the series because maybe the first book, I'm not interested in the first book, so I just don't want to like waste my time with a book I just don't want to read, you know? And so I missed out on very good series. But the good thing about this books is that they're standalones. Like I know that they appear in Take a Hint, Get Danny Brown, and I know they sound so cute. So I am excited. Like I love spoilers a lot, and these spoilers usually lead me to want to know about couples. So I'm excited to read this one and get to know Chloe and Red, right? Red for Morgan, this guy with tattoos. Hi everyone. I'm so glad you joined me. I thought no one was going to join me. Like, this was so nerve-wracking. I swear. Yeah, Kenny and Arya love this book. So I I follow along because Kenny and Arya are the romance masters and they know which ones are the good romances, to be honest. So I listen to them. Oh, that's so good. Everyone keeps telling me it's so good, and I need to, I wish that I had like 4 pair of eyes, like 2 pair of eyes, I don't know, and 2 brains to understand and comprehend 2 books at the same time because I want to read them both at the same time. Oh yeah, you are me. Literally, you are me. I read Danny Brown, but I have not read Chloe Brown. I even have Evie Brown. Okay, Eve. I don't know how her name is pronounced, but I have the 3rd book already, and I have not read it yet. Hatchet? Which one is that one? Is the last good book I ever read? Yeah, yeah, totally. Like, it takes time to read a book. So I usually gravitate towards novellas because they take less time and they don't have like info dump, like they don't have excessive details, and I enjoy that very much. And they give me romance, they give me sexy times, they give me everything I want in like 100 pages. 89 is so good. Which one is 89? 89? What's 89? Did I miss another comment? I am sorry that I am a monster joy, okay? I wanted to read the what's the name of the series? The Born for Me, the Hidden Legacy series by Ilona Andrews. I wanted to read that out of order, not the initial trilogy. Like, you see that we have Nevada and Rogan, right? And then we have what's the name of the Katarina? What's the name of the other sister? Okay, but I wanted to read her series first, like the 4 book. The 4 book was out, and I was like asking on Twitter, like, can I read that first? And everyone was like, no, read Burn for Me, read the Nevada and Rogan series first. You want to understand anything? And I was like, no. Why are you so mean to me? But okay, not mean, but I just wanted to skip forward. But I read Burn for Me. I read the Nevada series, and it was good. I am glad I did not skip forward because I was so intrigued by the series, and it's one of my favorites now, to be honest. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I just don't find some books interesting in the series. Like, okay, if they are standalones and they can be read and they have their own couples that they don't end in a cliffhanger and they have a sequel, like they have their own storylines and they end good. There's a happily ever after at the end. I am good with skipping and reading out of order, but of course, if the series, a trilogy, is like a continuous storyline, I am reading it all in order because reading out of order continuous storyline will be so chaotic and hard to understand. Yes, 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 we are monsters. I mean, I am happy I'm a monster now, okay? I am reading Chloe Brown after reading Danny Brown. Hi. Oh, I don't usually read nonfiction. I only read romance. That's the only thing I read. I even have this one. I only read romance and young adult books that have romance because romance keeps me alive. Oh, 89. I am so I was so confused, but oh yeah, yeah, I understand now. Yes, I I like glue up. There was a glow up. Like there was good development this year. Like this year was awful. We can all agree 2020 was a hellfire and it was horrible. But I did manage to read more books than 2019. I in 2019 I have a massive book slump. I read 20 books, maybe. Maybe I read 21. And I seriously had months, full months, that when I didn't read anything. Anything. Like I was not picking anything. I swear I didn't read any 2019 books. I don't remember reading debut novels or like anticipated sequels. I just don't remember the 2019 books. But 2020 was good. Like I started reading in 2020 in April, I think. Like from January to maybe all of March, I didn't read anything. I read the Erin Morgenstern book, the new one, The Starless Sea, the fantasy one. I was really intrigued by that one, so I picked it up and read it really quickly. But that was it. I didn't read anything else. I was missing romance so much. So when Six de los Reyes, this romance class author who writes Filipino romances, released her new novel, it was called what's Phil's Guide to Love and Other Natural Disasters, if I'm correct. That's the name of the book I first read in 2020. I just needed to pick it up and I did, and I read it, and that like led me to start reading in 2020. Like God bless Six de los Reyes for releasing a new novel. I thank her every day. Oh my god. You how? Like I I commend you and I respect you and I look up to you now, Sharon. I swear, like, you are my hero now. I am not judging you. You can do whatever you want. And I am glad that you even pick it up. Catalina's book was really good too. I have not read Emerald Blaze. I am sorry. I have not. So don't spoil anything, please, people. But yes, I commend you and I support reading out of order, you know me. Oh, do it, do it. It's so good. The synopsis didn't really interest me when I first read it, but it really picks up and it really is interesting. Like I didn't really like the synopsis. I think tells you that Rogan kidnaps Nevada at the in the first book, and I am not. I don't read kidnapping trope, and I was like, no, I don't want to read this. But I took a chance and it paid off, and I don't regret anything. So if you want to pick it up, I seriously recommend it to you. Yes. I am glad people, when they read standalones, they like say, you can read this out of order, this works out of order, you don't have to read the previous ones. I'm really thankful for those bloggers or readers who write them on their reviews or in Twitter on a tweet. Like, there are series that have like 20 books and I am a mood reader. I don't plan what to read, so I don't have time to read 20 books in a series. but maybe I am interested in the fifth book. And I am glad when people say, yes, you can read that and you will understand everything that's happening. Bye, Joy. Thank you for joining. You're so nice. Thank you. Love you. Bye. Yeah, it's the second book. Exactly, like I'm telling you, out of order, the first book, I am not interested in reading the first book. This is A Touch of Stone and Snow, the second book. But I saw you can read them out of order, so I am doing that. This has childhood friends, and I think they're enemies. I think so. So I know this is going to rock my world. This is okay. This is the question of the century. I have a lot of favorite best romance novels I've read, and they change every year. But if you are newly in romance novels, I highly recommend Talia Hibbert. She really read. You can read this one. I have not read it, but I've heard really good stuff. Or you can start with the second book. Take a Hint, Danny Brown is a really good start romance book. I also really recommend. The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hong is really good. I also recommend that one very much. Also, I love Pretty Face by Lucy Parker. It's amazing, and I really think if you have never read romance, you will enjoy this books. Oh, the TBR pile is always so big. I have given up on ever catching up. I am trying to live with that decision. Yes, read Danny Brown. It's so good. You're gonna have the time of your life. It's romantic comedy gold. I swear, Talia Hibbert just knows what to do to capture your heart completely. I just love her heroines and heroes so much. And A Heart of Blood and Ashes, I've heard it's really good. This is the second book. I have not read this one either. It's rather big, I think. I think it's 500. No, it's 400 pages. But everyone says this series is good. Plus, everyone loves Mila Bain and her other pen name. I don't remember her other pen name, but she also writes other fantasy romances. Yeah, Sapphire's Flames is amazing. It's a really good start on the new trilogy. Every single scenario and scene and character really is this series. I think this trilogy is going to be better than Nevada and Rogan's, and I'm just maybe I haven't read Emerald Blade are going to have to wait a year to get the third book, and I know I'm impatient, so I'm trying to keep it still unread. But yes, maybe if you are interested in Nevada and Rogan and want to know how they become a house and how Catalina became the head of the house, and that's talked about in the previous trilogy, in the original trilogy. I just read Lower Mountain Sakina. Yeah, sometimes it works. I can get past it and not think about it too much. I can enjoy it, and I did with Born for Me and Lover Unbound. Maybe I can write that. Who is it by? I'm gonna search that. Look, I want to start reading mafia books. They always feature a kidnapping, and I was very nervous, or not nervous, but I didn't really want to read them before. But it's 2021, it's a new year. Let's change Lover Unbound? Lover Unbound. Is it by Jessica Beard? No. J.R. Ward? Oh, is it this one? J.R. Ward. Is it this one? Oh, it's the Black. Oh, the Black Dagger Brotherhood. I've heard about that one. Oh, bye, Sharon. Thank you. Thank you for staying and for coming. Thank you. Bye. Have a good night. Bye, Norma. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Seriously. Yes. Okay. Should I read that? Should I read the first books? Do you read the first books? Or should I just skip forward to Lover Unbound? What is it about? As a member of the Brotherhood, he has no interest in love or emotion, only the battle with the lessening society. But when a mortal injury puts him in the care of a human surgeon, Dr. Jane Whitcomb compels him to reveal his inner pain and taste true pleasure for the first time until a destiny he didn't choose takes him into a future that does not include her. Okay. I love that he has no interest in love and then comes a human and changes his life completely. I love that. I love that trope. I'm gonna read the synopsis of the first book. Wait, when did this come out? 2005. Oh my god. The only purebred vampire left on the planet and the leader of the Black Dagger Brotherhood, Grad has escorted us out with the slayers who killed his parents centuries ago. But when his monstrous fighter is killed, orphaning a half-breed daughter unaware of her heritage or her fate, Grad must put down his dagger and usher the beautiful female into another world. Racked by a restlessness in her body that wasn't there before, Beth Randall is helpless against the dangerously sexy man who comes to her at night with shadows in his eyes. That's so Sunny already. His thoughts of the Brotherhood and blood frighten her, yet his touch ignites a dawning new hunger, one that threatens to consume them both. Okay. It also sounds really good. I love vampire stories. We don't have a lot of vampire romances books. Like, maybe we do, but not really. I don't know many. Maybe I should start this one. It's very popular. I heard about it a lot, but it's the kind of series that has like 20 books, right? It has 19 books. Is the 19th book the last one, or are there more coming? Aw. We all love the first books we read. Yes, paranormal romances. I do love them. I have not read a lot, but I do enjoy all the paranormal beings. I love the Nalini Singh books. I read the Angel-y one, the Archangel one. I don't remember the name. Here, well, I read the first book and it was good. Like, I love the whole paranormal beings. I've read one that has like a Grim Reaper and a Prince of Hell, and it was really good. I do love my paranormal books. What? Are there a lot of people living in this world? Are they all related? Black Dagger. J.R. Ward is Nora Roberts, right? Where can I see? Fallen Angel. This is the same series. Black Dagger Legacy. This is another series with the Black Dagger Brotherhood thing. Yes, that one. It's really good. I've not read the sequel, the third book, the fourth book. I think there are like 9 books already, and one came out recently, and everyone loves it. Like everyone loves this series, and I just don't, just don't catch up. I just never catch up, so I'm very behind. But I really enjoy the first one, and it really made me want to read the second one. But I'm a slow person. But yes, it has like a really good romance. Like the heroine is like really fierce, and she falls in love with an angel, archangel, and it's really sexy. Nalini writes really sexy books. I've come to realize, and I enjoy them very much. Yes, it was really good. Yeah. Yes. Sometimes I do love really long series because you get to meet the secondary characters in the first book, right? And you're like, I kind of want to know how their story goes and who are they going to fall in love with? And then the author writes you a book, and then you meet more characters in the other books, and you get more books, and by in the end there are like 4 books in the series, but it's great that that authors can do that, right? Like you get a whole family or a whole world, and you get their romance stories, and that's super good. And I'm really thankful for authors who can do it, because many authors can't write series, like really long series. And I've been searching for an author who can do like a big family series, like maybe 8 books in the family, right? And they all connect by the end. But I haven't found any. Yes, I love that too. I I don't know if you read the Kid Rocha books. They have the Beyond series books, and there are like 10 books, I think. And everyone knows each other, and it's so good. Like, they really get you excited to get to know the secondary characters, and you really, really want their story when you read the first book. Like, they recently released Deal with the Devil, and it was like an apocalyptic dystopian romance, and the second book is like coming out well, this year, but it's still a few months away. But I read it summer in summer, so I'm really excited to get to the second book. But I hate that when you are caught up with the series, you need to wait for the new one to come out, and sometimes they really take 1 year or more to come out. So it's always great when they are already released, right? When you find out about a series and there are already like 5 books out. Ooh, I think I've heard of that author. J. Crownover. J. Crownover. Markman. Okay. Well, this is like OG new adult books, right? Like this one was super popular back then. Stray A student meets bad boy. I love that. I love the Percy Jackson series. It does have romance, but it doesn't appear very early on because the characters in the first series are in middle grade, so they are 12, 13. When the books come out, like the first book, Percy's 12, and then he's 13, 14, whatever, and by the end, he's like 15 or 17, I'm not sure. And then the new series, he's way older now, and then the new series, the Apollo series, I think he's like 20 now. But there is romance in the second series, the Heroes of Olympus. There is a lot of romance, and many characters have romances, not only Percy. And yes, but in the first series, the Percy Jackson and the Olympians, or the something like that, right? There is there are a lot of cute moments between Percy and his love interest, but there is no romance until the very, very end. Yes, Kirosha is my favorite. Like, Deal with the Devil is so good. I highly recommend it. It's like Orphan Black meets the Avengers, and it was so good. I have not read her. I have not read their Beyond series fully. I've only read the first book, Beyond something. Every single book has Beyond in the title with another word, but I've forgotten. But yeah, they are very sexy. They are kind of erotic romance novels. Yes, I love it. I kind of want to do a reread with the whole series. Like, maybe read the Percy Jacksons and then the Percy Jackson one, and then go to the Heroes of Olympus, and then finally read Apollo, because I've not read Apollo yet, and I kind of want to see where this goes. I think it's over, right? Is it, or or is it still missing a book? I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I think it's almost over, and maybe we won't see Percy again, which I'm sad because Percy. I grew up with Percy Jackson, so I will be sad to see him go. But I'm excited that Disney bought the rights to make a TV series. That's so exciting, and I know they're gonna do good because their TV shows are always so good. And I'm happy Uncle Rick is like taking part of the show. Mm, I will say maybe it would be better to read a novella, so it's kind of short, so you don't have to read like a full novel. Maybe you can pick up a romance class book. Let me see. I love Prom Queen Perfect by Clarice David. Prom Queen Perfect. I'm gonna write that one. So Prom Queen Perfect by Clarice David. It's really good, and I think it's rather very easy to understand and everything. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad, and I have not read it yet. But um, I love I love these authors who continue to like give you spin-off series, right? So we have Rick Riordan, and Cassandra Clare has like 5 spin-off series of the Mortal Instruments, and I have not caught up with that either. And then we have another author who has like a lot of spin-off, right? I want Holly Black to do like more books from the Cruel Prince world. I love that series, but we only have 3 books and the Cardon novella. And if her bestie Cassandra can do like 20 books of the same thing, maybe maybe she's going to tell Holy Black to do it with her, and she can grab more Court Prince books. I really want to read the newest Cassandra Clare, Chain of Iron. I don't remember. Yeah, I think it's that one, the new series, right? But I still haven't finished the Lady Midnight series. I don't know what's the name of the series, but I still haven't finished that series. And I want to start another one. See, I'm so chaotic. I'm a chaotic reader, and I don't finish series and start other stuff when I'm not done with a story. Yes, me too. I've only read her Mortal Instrument series. That one I've read completely. I read the Clockwork Prince, Clockwork Princess, that series, the Infernal Devices series. I've read that one too. And then I read Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows. Yeah, Lord of Shadows. But I've not read the Queen of the Underworld? No, that's not the name. Queen of Cassandra Clare. Queen of oh, it's not appearing. Queen of Queen of Air and Darkness. Queen of Underworld? I was so far off. It's Queen of Air and Darkness. I've not read that one, and I have not finished that series. That's the last book of that series. Yes, I think it relates more with the Infernal Devices, right? Because they're like the kids of the characters in the Infernal Devices series. And I've read that one, so I think I can understand Chain of Gold. I'm excited to see their children all grown up, but I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be bittersweet to see like Tessa and Will and Jim more older. But yes, I want to get that book too. Yes, me too. I hope so. I want to get them in like paperback. I I find it I find it to be easier for me to read fantasy books in paperback because books sometimes it like takes so long, and just reading on my phone is really tiresome, and fantasy books are very big. So I'd rather hold it in my hand and just read it like that. So that's why I don't read a lot of fantasy until I have the book. Like I want to read J.C., The City of Brass, and The Poppy War. Those are like my most, I just want to read them the most of the fantasy books. But I have not read them yet because I want to get them in physical. I have The Poppy War, but I have not picked it up. Shame on me. Shame. Thank you. You're so kind. I'm so happy you enjoyed them. Oh, bye. Thank you so much, really, for hanging around and for coming and for speaking to me. Really, thank you. And I'm so glad that you found my channel. It makes me so happy. I don't know if I can show it, but I am really, really so happy that you came. Thank you. Bye. Have a good night. I'm supposed to be starting one book, but I don't know if which one. So I am going to be reading one chapter, the first chapter of each book, and see which one is more interesting right now for me. But either way, I'm going to be reading the other one that I'm not choosing soon. But I don't know. I also want to read like an ebook, the new Katie Rover book, but I have not read it yet. I read the first chapter and it's good. I know I'm going to love it. Katie Rover is amazing. I think I'm also going to log off because I'm working tomorrow and I have to wake up earlier. But thank you so much for coming, everyone. It was so much fun talking about books with you all. This was my first live, and I hope I can do it again. Thank you. Bye. Bye.